All right, now we're moving into the meditation phase, guided meditation phase. So for this portion of the tutorial, I just want you to find a place to sit, not stand and not lay down, just find a place to sit. Or lay down, yeah, lay down is good too. If you want to lay down, you can lay down. But I would say find a place to sit or lay down, but don't stand during this one. I want you to get comfortable and be relaxed. We're going into a guided meditation, and so this one is just going to take you about a minute to reseat yourself back into the center of who you are, back at the core. And so the reason why a lot of people cannot tap into meditation, the reason why people say they can't feel anything when they meditate, is because they don't take their mind back from outside the world. And so your mind is on everything, the news, Facebook, Instagram, you know, what's going on outside your home, children, work, play, all those things that surround our life. Our minds are in these places, compartmentalized, fractured. And so we have to take every part of ourselves back from out of these places and remember ourselves. And this is what it means to remember. You're taking parts of your member, you're taking members of yourself from all of these places, and you're remembering yourself. And so you have to sit down, take a minute to just pull yourself away from the children, pull yourself away from the phone, pull yourself away from the noise going on outside, pull yourself away from the news, pull yourself away from the corona stuff, pull yourself away and remember yourself. Come back into a central place and just say, yeah, I almost forgot about myself. Just say that. Say, I almost forgot about me. Yeah, I forgot that I am here. How could I forget about me? Don't forget about you. So bring yourself in. And you can use this gesture. Bring yourself in and reseat yourself back into the center of your soul. My spiritual teacher taught me that when we do the namaste hands, this is not just something people do because it looks cute, but when you actually bring the hands together in the namaste like this, you're bringing and connecting the left brain and the right brain together. The left hemisphere of the brain and the right hemisphere of the brain, and you're actually bringing that to be one with them, each other. Some of us are left, some of us are right brain, but when you do this, and you can feel it. If you do this real slow, you can actually feel your brain coming together, both sides, left and right. And you feel that connection. Feel it? Try it again. Let's do it one more time. Feel your left and right brain connect? Did you feel that? So this is what you want to do to center yourself. Bring the left and the right brain together. And you can feel that internal connection, literally. You can really feel it. And so this is where you want to sit. Now that you reseat, now that you've reseated yourself, reseat, not reset, but reseat. Reseat yourself back in the center of who you are. You're there. And this is where you want to lay your hands either palm up on your knees. You can do the lotus hands. You can do the lotus hands and you can go like this. This is for circulation of energy. This is for circulation of energy. So most people do this for circulation. Or you can sit like this. Or you can sit with hand in lap, lapping over your hand into your lap. And this is allowing your heart to drop into your lap. You're allowing your heart to drop. This is where I usually like sitting like this more because I like holding my heart in my hand. And so this is where you allow your heart to just take a seat inside of your hand and you're holding your heart. And so this is where we're going to go with the meditation today. Eyes closed. And we're going to take a journey, a trip, a ride inside of our vehicles. And not our vehicles with wheels on them, but the vehicle that we live in, the vessel that we internalize. So we're going to take a ride away from this vehicle. So imagine yourself like an astronaut, suiting up. And you're going and you're walking toward the rocket ship. And as you take that long elevator up from the ground up to the very top of the elevator, the capsule, this is your mind. This is your mind. So you're taking that long ride back up to your mind. And you are allowing yourself to come back to you. And so you're a spaceman in a spacesuit or a spacewoman, and you're walking up to this very tall rocket ship. Now I want you to imagine this rocket ship being you, being yourself. Look at the rocket ship like it's a taller version of yourself, a very giant version of who you are. And you're taking the ride all the way up to the top, which is suited inside of a spacesuit as well. You're suited inside this spacesuit. You're an astronaut. And you're about to take a ride out of space. But this space that you're taking a ride to, it's not the cosmos where the stars reside and the moon and the galaxies and the Milky Way resides. This is the cosmos of your heart. So feel yourself take a ride back up to the very top level of your mind. Enter into the rocket ship called you. And I want you to take a journey. 5, 4, 3, and you feel the boosters, the jet fuel, firing up, and you can hear this rumbling noise within yourself. 1, prepare for takeoff. And you can feel the rumbling of this rocket ship. Rumbling. Rumbling. Leaving the earth. But this is you leaving yourself. You're leaving yourself. And you're taking a journey into the explosiveness of your heart that you hold in your hand. And feel yourself, imagine yourself like in that rocket, taking this trip to your heart. And the rocket begins to land on the floor of your heart. And you step out of the rocket ship. And there you are, jumping, touching down on the floor of your heart. And there are some vessels, there are some arteries, there are some things clogged up inside your heart, anxieties, and there's some stress. Imagine you being an astronaut. You're on the planet of your heart. But now, you take off the rocket suit and you put on a doctor's coat. And now you're a surgical doctor. You have mask on, you have gloves on, you have the scrubs on. And you're taking these words as scalpels, scissors, and you're inserting them in the vessels of your heart, into the arteries of your heart. And so there's these clogged vessels full of anxiety, and these clogged vessels full of stress, full of hatred, full of evil and negativity. But you're there and you're walking down these vessels. They look like lanes and highways. And the name of these highways are negativity, stress highway, anxiety highway. And you're a surgical doctor. And you're there to sweep up and remove those words. And you're now painting and stitching together the words love in the clogged artery of anxiety. And you're stitching the word beautiful in the clogged vessels of stress. And you're stitching the word pureness in the clogged arteries and vessels of pain. And you're seeing these words as a surgical doctor being replaced as stitches, sutures in the vessels of your heart. Take those arteries and those vessels and those valves and stitch them up with words of positive acronyms or positive affirmations. I am love in place of depression. And you're stitching these words like a surgical doctor. I am beautiful in place of sickness. And you're seeing these words as sutures being stitched on the valves and the vessels and the arteries of your heart. And you can feel these words starting to beat your heart now again. And you're starting to feel the dispensary of love disperse from your heart like a beam of light shining through a door. You're feeling love disperse from your heart. You're feeling healing disperse from your heart. See these words. I am enough on the valves and the vessels of your heart. See these words. You're a surgical doctor landing on the moon of your heart, the planet of your heart. And you're there. And you're just replacing negative words, evil words, hateful words. You're there. And you're removing this sickness and dis-ease from your heart. And you're there to do the surgical work as a doctor. These words are scalpels. You're cutting open and releasing and letting the blood of negative flow out. And you're stitching yourself back together with love and pureness. I am enoughness. I am wonderful. These are the words you're stitching on the valves. And you're stitching those arteries back closed with health. I am healing. I am health. I am enough. I am prosperous. I have abundance. I am God. Take these words and place them, replace them. Remember yourself. And feel yourself walking down these highways of arteries and vessels that are painted with sick words. And you're there to remove them. Using positive words of affirmation, saying, I am enough. I am made wonderful. I am perfect in the eyes of God, the Creator. I am perfect within myself. I am perfect within me. And after you've done the cleaning up inside your heart, removing those negative words, removing those toxic fillers, after you've done the work, take off your gloves. begin to see the cleanliness as you take a look back inside your heart, and you can see those words replaced there, knowing that you have done a great work. And say, I have done good. I have done myself good. I have done the great work. I am enough. I have more than enough. I am God, and God is me. I am loved by God. I am beheld by God. I am the beloved child of God. I am the creation of God. These are the words that are now painted across the valves and arteries of your heart. Depression has leaked out and bled out. Anxiety has leaked out and bled out. Stress has leaked out and bled out. Sickness has leaked out and bled out. No longer do these words exist. Hold that space in your heart right now as you hold your heart inside your hands. Feel your heart inside your hands. Squeeze your heart with love, gentleness. Be gentle with your heart. And hug your heart with your hands. Hug your heart with your hands. Now, without actually doing so, just raise your heart back up in your chest. You don't have to move your hands to do this action. Just assimilate this action, placing your heart back in your chest, a new heart. Placing your heart back in your chest, a new heart. And you're sewing now your breastplate. As you look back and see the great work you have done, repeat after me and say, I am loved by God. I am more than enough. I have all that I need. I am created in God's wonder. I am the image of God. I am the likeness of God. And as you come back to yourself, come back into who you are, knowing that you are the likeness of God, you are now looking within yourself. And as you see yourself looking down, as you see yourself looking back with those positive affirmative words, I want you to now begin to breathe in into the heart and breathe out. So as you breathe in, you're breathing in to the heart. Positive words, those positive words that you wrote on your heart, those positive affirmative words that you wrote on your heart, you're breathing those back into your heart daily. And as you breathe in those words, you are breathing in the explosion and the expansion of that love, of those positive affirmations you wrote on your heart. So as you breathe in, you are expanding, and you are exploding your heart with those loves, with those positive affirmative words you wrote as a surgical doctor. You're breathing them in, bringing it back in. And as you breathe out and exhale, you are expressing. So now that it is becoming truly universal. So as you breathe in love, expanding and exploding, you're expressing by exhaling. Expand and explode, inhale. Express and express by exhale. Expand and explode. Express. Expand. Express. Expand. Express. Expand. Express. Expand into your heart those positive words you've written on your heart. Expand with those words. Expand your heart, knowing I am God, I am love, I am wonderful, I am perfectly made, I have more than enough, I am successful, I am prosperous, I have an abundance. You're breathing in those love relationships. And you're breathing out. And you're making it universal. So what you're breathing out, expressing, you're calling back in through expanding. You're expressing that love. I want good relationships. I want positive relationships. You're expressing. I want positive relationships. This is how you manifest. By every time you exhale, truly manifestation is made by exhaling what you want. You exhale, expressing what you want. I want positive relationships. I want success. I want abundance of love. I want great things. I want good people. I want to be surrounded by, and you're expressing that. Expressing through exhalation. But you're breathing in what you already have. You're breathing in that you already have it. You're breathing in that you already have it. I have great relationships. I have love. I have abundance. I have more than enough. You're expanding your heart with this awareness that I already have it. Expanding your heart. I have more than enough. I have all that I want. I have all that I need. Inhaling that, I have greatness. I am greatness. And you're expressing that out. I want greatness. I want love. I am love. I want love. I am greatness. I want greatness. So it becomes universal. And you're pulling it in, expanding and exploding and expressing through exhaling. Expanding through inhaling. Exploding. Expressing through exhaling. Expanding through inhaling. What you already are, what you already have. Expressing what you want. Make it universal. So that you're putting out there through expression what you desire. All the desires of your heart. You're putting it out there through exhaling. Expressing it to the world, to the universe, to God. Expressing it. Expressing it. Expressing it through the heart. Let's one more time breathe in through our nose. And this time when we release the breath, we don't want to release with our mouth. We don't want to release like that. When we release the breath, we want to release it within our heart so that we become one with that universal thought of mind and with that action that we are God, that God is all that I am all that I need, that I am all that I want, that I am all that I desire. And so you're going to breathe in through the nose, and this time you're going to let it drop into your heart when you release it. Do not let it go into the ethers, but let it go into the expression of those valves of your heart. So breathe in. For 4 seconds, hold it and release it into your heart. Let it drop inside your heart. And this time, you don't have to use hand motion. I'm the one to use hand motion. But do it again one more time. Let your shoulders drop. Let your chest sink into your heart. Let your shoulders drop into your heart. Let your chest sink into your heart. So when you breathe in, everything drops. The breath, the shoulders, the chest, everything drops and falls right into the heart. The extra oxygen that is within the lymph nodes of your neck, of your throat. So you're releasing every molecule of oxygen that you can. No tension. You're releasing it into your heart. But this is love that you desire. These are your desires. So breathe in. Let everything drop into your heart. Now, as you reconstitute yourself, get ready to come back into the room, you can now begin to re-enter. Don't just open your eyes and don't just stand up, because this can leave you in shivers. So you want to reconstitute yourself, get acclimated back to the noise. You can go back to all the social media things that you want, but just know that this space where you are, the space where you're at, the space where you truly exist, This space of the self, this true self, this is where the true self exists and lives. Know that the self, the true self, God, infinity, this everlasting being of who you are, know that that person, that space, the self truly lives. So you can always go back to that person, that self, the personhood. You can always go back to the personhood of the self, that true self that lives. You can always go back to that self, that true you. You can always go back to it. So as you re-enter and reconstitute yourself back into this room, get used to hearing the noise again. I know it don't sound good anymore because you like that peace in that place where you are. I know it don't sound good because you like where you are. But that's okay. This is okay. Just know that where you are right now, you don't truly live. But where you were in your heart, that's where you truly reside. There's a difference between where you live and where you reside. We live on this earth, in this world, but we reside in our hearts. So remember that. So slowly open your eyes and come back to and let go. It's okay to let go. Know that you can come back to. You don't live here. You only live here. You don't reside here. Where you truly reside is in the self. So let it all go. Open your eyes. Come back to. Reseat yourself as you remember yourself. And love. Smile, laugh. Do everything that you can to be the full expression of yourself. You are truly one with this knowing, with this gift. You are truly one. Namaste. Atone. I love you. I love me. I love us.